Folks, we are back here this afternoon, May 19th. It's like the third time I've said that, not March, living in the past there. We are in May 19th, Monday, though. Great to have all of our students and members alike inside our live trading room. Dyslexia, pardon me. Great to see Jeff, Kathleen, Leda, Scott, Alex, Scott, Lynn, and Randy, Gillis, Margaret, Victor, all of our students and members alike inside our live trading room, as well as on social media, though, Facebook Live, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, the works. Popping up right below me there at Cyber Trading U. So with that in mind, we actually have our classes coming up ahead at 3 p.m. Eastern today, the Phase 1 stock course. There we go. My man Rich just posted the link inside our trading room chat right there. So for Jeff and Leda and Margaret, I mean, the vast majority of our members inside our room are students, and they have access to the Phase 1 stock course coming up ahead. Actually, if you're on social media, I still have my PowerPoint deck up from the previous class, so I may as well show this from time to time. This is our full course schedule. This is our entire curriculum from A down to Z. So just so you know, we're kind of right here in our curriculum in the Phase 1 stock course. That's our beginner module course. And we're in lesson number 6. So here's the month of May. We wrapped up just this morning's class earlier with lesson 5. And later on today, 3 o'clock Eastern time, we'll be continuing with lesson 6, talking more about chart patterns, Fausto flags, pennants, head and shoulders patterns. I mean, just simply saying every pattern that we call out and look at inside our live trading room, it's based on a trend and it's based on just levels. So we'll get to a few examples even from earlier this morning and going over how they played out. But here, at least, we'll begin with the QBTS, just quantum stock. We're familiar with it, made a big move from last week, has a great historical chart. We went over that from last week into this week, caught the swing breakout there. But hey, heading into this afternoon, it looks pretty nice still holding at least, right? You could probably say that across the majority of the market. You know, SPY holding pretty nicely here even, you know, small little dip off the highs, but still holding higher lows pretty well. So there could be a case for a lot of stocks that make that move up into the afternoon. But yeah, QBTS easily, just put this on our watch list here to begin. Just for the afternoon. Give me a moment. There we go. I just holding my keyboard sounds like a typewriter, so put myself on mute there. But what we'll do is go right from top to bottom here. We'll see what else is out there here heading into the afternoon. We'll be good. So PTIX, it's not a ticket company. It's not Ticketmaster. It's not some online e-commerce ticket site. It is a therapeutic company, PTIX. So this thing, look at the daily chart. Will speak for itself. Not much I really need to say here. Aside from, of course, just, hey, this is not a swing trade. This would just be a day trade. It's had a good breakout of resistance here at $9, flipped it into support. But otherwise, it's been a choppy trade. Is it up? Yeah. Is it making higher lows still? Yeah, I like that part. But it's choppy, and not only that, the order book is pretty blank and empty at times here. So, like, I'll put this on our list because the chart does look pretty good still. But be careful of the choppiness, and then also just be careful of that order book. If you don't know how to use limit orders, then definitely stay away from this one. What is this thing here? ARMP. Definitely more of an afternoon pop right now. We'll take it. I mean, especially for the afternoon. So I'll put this on the top of our watch list for the time being here. ARMP. ARMP. Is it Armpit? Is there Armpit? Is that the name of the company? Armada Pharmaceutical. There you go. So another pharma company making a good push here so far. Spread is not open really, so that's nice. Just be careful though. The order book might thin out a little bit. The more it pops, it makes a big push here. But interesting chart. Definitely not a swing trade candidate just yet. Looking at that, this definitely is not a good swing chart just yet at all. Probably won't be. Just treat it day to day. But nice little squeeze up right now. We'll put that on our list. See what else we got though here for the time. Another one, TGNX. What are all these small cap stocks starting to wake up right now in front of us? Another one here, just bad downtrend. It's another pharma therapeutic company. But this one might be our best mover here so far. The spread's really nice. Order book is very filled in. That's exactly what you want to see. Got to take a sip of water here eventually. But otherwise, the 1 minute chart, this looks pretty good. I like the push of higher lows, higher highs here. So on a live microphone since 9:30 this morning. When I had a break, I was calling up our staff members here and Fausto himself. So no rest for the wicked here. Yeah, TG or TNGX. Come on down. There we go. SYTA. Actually, this was moving up pretty nicely just before. Just had a little bit of a slip here. I'll come back to this. If this just folds back underneath this resistance drops, then we move on. But I'll come back to the SYTA if we need to. Doesn't look terrible. That Newton trade was pretty good earlier, NWTM, but done now. SXTC, if you've been waiting on this thing here all day, I feel sorry for you because this is where I talk to you about, like, there's other opportunity out there moving a lot better. The more we watch a stock just crawl or do nothing for an hour or two, imagine the missed opportunity that we could be taking advantage of. So I want to focus on stocks near at the highs. If we're looking at a spotty small cap stock, this isn't like too bad yet. Trying to go back up here towards the highs, FTEK. I'll come back to it. Come back to it. NFE. This looks a lot more flat now. Had a good morning move, but dead at this point. TMC, very similar. This might be a good move tomorrow morning, though. This has a really good long-term graph. It's beginning to break out of long-term resistance, at least here. It's taken a long time to get that done, but speaking of which, right around 340-ish basically here, and then $4 right here up top. The last week and a half, it's been pushing up there pretty nicely. And then today, big breakout. So, could be a good swing trade over time here, this TMC. The quantum stock, QMCO, spotty graph there. Fate, NVAX, some more familiar names that we're used to at least here. Cold, KOLD. Been moving up the last few days from midway of last week. A decent bounce to begin. A big gap up this morning. So there could be some thought to it here this afternoon. It's up, 12%. It's at the highs. So you know what? I'm kind of selling myself putting this on our list here, but that's fine. I'll add cold. This one, we were looking at it earlier. Good pop. Got halted on the way up. Then it got halted on the way down, and that was pretty much it. So we moved on from this trade. All right. I'll tell you what, folks, even if you're on social media, I would love for you to chime in as well, any participation here. But if you're a student inside our live trading room, you know what to scan for with us here. You see me go through the gainers list. I'm just going to skim through the rest. But if anything else is looking good from your side of things, let me know right now. Kathleen, Michael, Margaret, any of our students that will be joining me in class, let me know if there's anything I missed. Chewy is only up 3.7%, but the chart looks pretty good. Fubo chart looked good earlier. It was pretty slow. It's trying to go back up a little bit right now. It might be really slow, but maybe a good level 1, category 1 type of stock. Moderna is holding higher lows. That's not bad, but I want better. All right, we'll hop over to the loser side here, see if there's anything looking just as good. Wow, Archer's down a lot today. What the hell happened to Archer? I am glad I wiped my hands clean on that trade, as did Fausto. He held on an extra day longer than me. I got in a couple of days before him, so we both did pretty well on it, throughout that run from the last week and a half coming off earnings. So what's the news out on this? I'm trying to check Benzinga Pro right now. From 8:30 in the morning, I guess Tip Ranks AI says, skip Archer. This flying car stock is the real winner. Let's see. Was it some blog website here? Tipranks.com. Make you pay for a membership here coming up? No? Okay, that's good. But either way, though, this thing here, I guess is the reason why this is down so much. Look at all these ads. All right, so heading into the afternoon, it is interesting because it is near the lows. As far as Archer daily chart goes, though, this is a really strong chart to look at. So I'd be interested in trying to capture a bounce. We had some good resistance, kind of sloppy lines here to begin, but roughly around 1050-ish. I could probably go back further more on the historical chart there. It actually held pretty nicely back in September of 21. But otherwise, on a larger wick down, it wouldn't shock me if it could drop a little bit below 10. But we like Archer. we're not going to let this one blog, this one article get in our way as far as this chart long term. Now, as far as the intraday goes, yeah, there could be more downside room here. So this could potentially be a short as a day trade, but I would not be trying to bet against something that has as clean looking of a long-term chart as this year. So, you know what? I'll add Archer just kind of towards the back end for right now. Now, again, if you're on social media, Facebook Live, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, the works, again, follow us at Cyber Trading U. But last call. Let me know if anything else looks good from your side of things, or if you're inside our live trading room here. Michael says one of our regulars, Wolf, not with the U, with the O, WOLF, right? Yeah, it's a little too slow though, I feel like, right? This might distract us from just much better opportunity with only about 80 minutes to go, 70 minutes to go until the end of the day there. You want something with a little bit more spark to it. Now, if you're thinking about a swing trade, this is tough because this is not a good swing chart. So maybe it could be a short opportunity, but it might be just too slow for our blood now at this point. Not a bad shot because we've done well on Wolf in the past, but that's just where like you want to focus on something that trades well, that's like moving, that kind of just staring at for a little while here. If it's just flat, getting back to something that might have a little spark to it, OMH, but the order book is a little out there. It's trying to gain a little bit more steam here of recent. I just caught this from Benzinga. I'm not like too thrilled with it. This I am though. I don't know how I missed this trade. FCEL. I mean, I guess it's popping better now, but this was on the gainer side just before. That's where I say, this is at least one that we are familiar with, Mike, but this one has a little bit more of a, push upwards here heading into the afternoon. Now, this is not a good swing trade chart, right? Has not been. I don't think will be. But, hey, I'll be proven wrong, I'm sure. It's just to say, I'd rather focus on this just simply as a day trade. Take this trade day to day. That's all. So fuel cell. Now maybe plug will go with fuel cell, Mike. Is that the case? Yeah, this thing is cheap. This thing's too cheap. Way below what we normally look for. We don't trade these like stocks below $1 and it's only up 3%. Yeah, the F cell trade's much better. All right, folks. I think that's just about it. I mean, we'll check out some name brand stocks like NVIDIA. Amazon was doing pretty good earlier. It's not up a lot percentage-wise, but that's holding higher lows. That could be a good trade to work with going into the close with the market. Of course, needless to be said, Bitcoin, IBIT. So, Bitcoin, I think, is pretty healthy here heading into the afternoon, unless if the whole market's collapse and we have a whole new news story that comes out. This has been a great recovery today. So that's where I said earlier, not to sound like a broken record player, but I don't mind taking a trade from a slightly higher price level if there's a lot more conviction behind it. So that's where, at least with the whole stock market, even if you were pessimistic about the move early today and thought it would come back down, look what's been happening. Higher lows this whole way through. So as long as we continue this here heading into the afternoon, I feel good about just strength heading into tomorrow, into Wednesday, etc. from there, Thursday, and so forth. All right, folks. But hey, again, if you're on social media, Facebook Live, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, etc., enjoy the rest of the day today. If you're interested in joining us inside our trading room, just go right down to the link scrolling right below me, right there in blue. c2.co/trial is the link. Join us as well as other new members here throughout the week here joining us here. So again, Joyce, Joe, I got Debbie, you got Tom, you got Stephanie here joining us, Roberto, Jay, Farzad, a lot of us here just here inside our trading room. But hey, there's the link to class as well. If you are a student, I look forward to chatting with you coming up in just the next 5-10 minutes. We'll begin class. Rich, let's just post that link right there, the time. Our class at 3:05 Eastern time coming up. So we'll begin class in about 20 or so minutes. I'll join the class coming up right now, though. Get a little extra chit chat, in the way and before we get going with class. All right. I'll talk to everybody there. Take care.